A big thanks to Åre Skidsport for making this episode possible.
I was never that person that knew that I was going to win Olympic Games in Alpine. But then I realized like this is too serious for me. And actually the vibe was not that good. The trainers were actually not that nice to me. So I ended up, I started with Moguls instead. We started up a women's community called Inspire Us. We made a new ski for Åre Skidfabrik. So we have a ski that's called Mother Tree. The thing with the ski is that it's both the design and the structure, everything from the ground is like women and community made.
Hey!
Hello. Good to see you. Thank you.
Today we're chatting with Rebecka. What we know about her so far is that she is a physiotherapist, grew up here in Åre, loves freeride skiing and is a mother of 2 kids. We can't wait to get to know more about her stories together with you guys.
So you grew up in Ullån, which is this tiny little place between Åre and Duved. And people actually call it Ullån, right? If they're from there.
Yeah, we say Ullån, that we come from Ullån.
And this is how many people live there? It was one street.
But it's a little, it's like a little neighborhood with just like houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 20, 30 houses or something.
Yeah, they were built, my parents bought the spot and they were building the house. I'm born 87, but the house is from 91. So the neighborhood grew up 91. And before that, I grew up in the middle of Åre, in Bubblanhuset. You know where Åreguiderna is?
Yeah.
In the center.
Yeah, so my parents, or my grandparents, from my dad's side, they came outside us. They are originally from outside Östersund. But then when my dad was 10 or something, so in the 1960s something, they asked my grandparents if they wanted to take over ICA, also the supermarket.
Really?
So they bought the house and they moved into the apartments on the top of that house, and they have ICA in the like bottom floor. So
where Åreguiderna is now, that used to be ICA there?
Yeah, so it was ICA there before. And so I lived in that house for 3 years. But then we needed, there was just a small apartment. And so then they bought the land in Ullån. So all the houses in Ullån is around the beginning of the 90s.
Nice.
And it's a lot of many skiers from there and from that little. So we always call it's Ullån. Like, so it's like a.
Has anybody ever thought of making a supermarket there, or a shop, or a bar, or something to make it more even like a little mini village?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. Anna is baking cakes.
Anna is baking. Your neighbor.
No, I don't think that would work. But so I'm originally from Åre, and the middle of Åre.
The center,
I would say the heart of Åre.
Was there much more besides then the ICA there at that point when you grew up? I mean, like other stores or...
No, it was just ICA then. Yeah. But then in 1986, they sold ICA. And then the ICA moved up to where I think it's Brothers Hamburger. Yes. Yeah. And then my dad's sister, she started a bakery that's called Bubblan, like a bubble. Yeah, because they had like a glass bubble where they had tables and it was a glass bubble. It's where Fjällräven shop, where the Fjällräven... Naturkompaniet shop is. Yeah. So that's where the cafe was there. And my dad, he started Åre Tobak. So he had this little souvenir shop. So he had candy, he had toys, he had newspapers. So after school, I went to Åre school. So after that, I always went to my dad's little shop and was there and helping out.
And could you eat candy as well?
I did. They were quite hard to me, like you can't eat candy, but I think I did it like I went on the other side and I took some candy. But I had so much. What do you say when you have? I got really like embarrassed and
when they saw it, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And then it also was Handelsbanken, a bank, and the pharmacy was there as well. And then it's been changing.
It changed a lot now because they all moved locations.
Yeah,
all of
so the Café Bubblan, my dad's sister, they sold it 2006 or something, and my dad sold the Åre Tobak around that time as well. But now we have the house is like still in the family. So now, my husband is renting a spot there for Åre Guide, an example. So
your parents have always been in this grocery, or how you call it, like the convenience store world, or was that a new thing for them?
My dad has always been like an entrepreneur. He's been working with the ICA and then the Åre Tobak, and now he's just is fixing the house. He's a senior now, but he's an active senior, and my mom as well. So.
But I mean, also from before, from Östersund, from their parents.
Yeah, they had the ICA. Yeah. They had the ICA it's in a little town called Rissna, close to Stugun.
Okay.
But it didn't go that well. It's super small. I think right now they don't even have a store. So it's like, it's a dead little village.
Okay.
But so they had a supermarket there, and they had made. I don't know if my granddad had made like a fishing event back in the days, and they saw that he made that event such like he was a good worker man. So that's why maybe they asked him to have the ICA in Åre.
Okay.
Yeah. He got stuff done. Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
So you grew up on skis here.
Yeah, I grew up on skis. Yeah, so I've been skiing. I didn't start that early that kids did. I mean, now kids start like as soon as they can walk. I think we started with cross-country skiing early. And then I started like maybe 4 or 5 with like Alpine skis. But I've been skiing a lot of cross-country skiing, not competing, but I've been going a lot on tours, cross-country tours with my parents. So I started early. And they are really active also right now. So
still, How old are they, if I may ask?
They are 67, but they just bought a little hut on the mountain close to On. You know where On? Yeah. So 7 kilometers up on the mountain. So they have to walk 7 kilometers to get to the little hut. It's up at the lake called Harsjön. So they are there right now. So they are super active.
Can you follow up? Can you follow them still? I mean, physically, are you capable?
yeah, I think I am. Yeah. But they are super active. I know I don't have that time to do all that exercise I want to do, with small kids and all that.
How old are your kids?
2.5 and 5.
Yeah. Still.
So they are still taking a lot of. I mean, they take a lot of time. Yeah, you have kids.
Yeah.
But Nora is, she's looking forward so much to ski now.
And you put them on skis already,
yeah,
I guess.
She learned when she was 2.5. And so this is my goal that Axel will learn quick now, so I don't have to have the leash anymore.
Yeah, it's fun when they get independent and they can stand on their own skis.
Exactly.
Slide on their own skis.
Yeah.
So so I grew up in Ullån, and that's where, and then I've been doing different things, but now I'm back in Ullån again. So the circle is like
it's complete. So you moved away from Ullån.
But after I competed in Alpine. I started when I was 6 or 7. So my parents, they were ski instructors also when they were young. So, but they never been competing. But my mom was working with women that had kids that was competing in Alpine, and they asked me if I wanted to start do that. So I started when I was 7. And kept doing that till I was 15. But then I was more interested in jumps and rails and ski cross, and I was never in the piste. I was more outside the piste.
And how was that period between 7 and 15? Because we're from not so much the competition side of the whole winter sports thing, more free riding and you say park maybe.
But I did a lot of Alpine competitions, but I was never that person that knew that I was going to win Olympic Games in Alpine. I thought it was fun and I did it, but I was in the middle of everything on the competitions. I was not the best, but I was not in the end. But then I realized this is too serious for me. I
just want to say I feel like it's from what I feel, the vibe around it is very serious.
Yeah, and actually the vibe was not that good. The trainers were actually not that nice to me. So I ended up I started with Moguls instead. I had a friend of mine, Sophie Winstedt, Henrik Winstedt's. I don't know if you know Henrik.
Yeah, I've heard about him. Yeah.
He's a good skier from Åre, and his sister as well. So we wanted to be as the cool guys. So we started with Moguls, and I was 15. So I'd had So the year after, I searched for the ski academy in Järpen. So I started there on the Moguls Academy, and it's for 4 years. And
was it a heavy transition? Was it easy or?
Yeah, it was quite easy because it was so free, and I just felt this is what I want to do. So it's not like now. Now they have good. The training is so much more structured. Like in Duved, they have training 2 days a week, and they have preseason training. When I started, it was nothing. It was like camps once a year in the winter time, and if you wanted to train Moguls, you had to do it by yourself. But we had so much fun, and I started at the ski academy, and the second year what do you say when I came into the team, the Swedish team, Mogul team.
The second year already. That's quite fast.
The second year. So I was just 18 or something. So I started to compete in Europa Cups and one World Cup, but then for 2 years. But then in the last year, the 4th year of the ski academy, I tore my ACL.
Ooh.
Yeah, ACL and menisc and patella and everything.
How did it happen?
I over-rotated a backflip in Zermatt. So I had been doing it a lot of times. So it was not that a backflip was new for me. But I had been training outside the course in a little bit bigger jump. And then after lunch, I think I was a bit tired. We were up in Zermatt. It's a high level and you get tired quite fast because of the altitude, high level. Yeah, the altitude. So I went into the Mogul course and I should just do just the same. But instead of landing flat, you land in Moguls. And then I was just over-rotated it and I was just holding much to it. And then I heard it was like that. Yeah. You heard it was like, it's gone. That was a lot of pain. I thought I was going to die. Because some people say that when they tore the ACL, they don't even know it's broken. But I think I tore so much in my knee. So I was in a lot of pain. My last ski academy year was just rehab training. So, and then
how was that? I guess that's not an easy mental feat.
It was hard. It was really hard.
Because you were doing quite well as well.
Yeah,
I guess.
but I did good, and I was upcoming in the team. So it was hard. But also that year, I started to realize there's so much else. It's not just skiing. But I loved skiing, but I wanted to explore the world, go powder skiing. I wanted to do different things. So, and also the doctors said, they were quite hard. They said maybe you're not possible to go skiing again. When I think back about that, it was really hard to hear that when you're 18 or 19,
it is really
maybe
hard,
you're not going to go skiing again because of your knee. But the rehab, I was so focused. I had a super good physiotherapist, so I was very disciplined.
But I think sometimes it's good that they say you can't do something because it kind of ignites a fire. And
exactly, it was like a fire. I'm gonna come back. But then when after 10 months, I felt like, oh, I actually want to do something else. I don't want to compete in Moguls anymore. It's not worth it because it's a lot of pressure on your body and training.
But also I'm just curious about the whole competitive environment.
Yeah.
Because it's a very, like I played field hockey. I don't know if Swedish people know what field hockey is, but like hockey on grass.
Yeah.
And then you're always doing it as a team.
Yeah.
But in Alpine or Moguls, it's more on your own, I think.
Yeah.
And you by yourself have to deal with the pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you deal with that?
I think that was my when I was competing or after.
When you were competing, yeah.
I think mentally that's been my strength. I always been very good. Like I always been doing better on competitions, I would say. So when it's been competition, I've been like, I don't know. It's just been working out good for me.
Okay, that's nice.
Like I mean, like.
And there's nothing special you do or any tricks?
No, nothing. But right now, if I should be competing, I'm getting so nervous. I don't know what's been happening to me. And now I get like illness. I get more like, oh, I'm not feeling nice in my body. But at that time, I was like so focused, like, this is my place. I'm gonna win this.
Nice.
So I don't know. I don't know how I did.
Must be a good feeling to be like that, because I also competed in many, but I always had stress my whole life long.
But I got calm when I saw my friends getting nervous. It was like, okay, they're nervous, but I'm not nervous. So I don't know how I managed that, but somehow I did.
That probably gives you an edge as well. That you kind of feel
and
better.
I had a good self-confidence.
Nice.
So yeah. But then after my injury, I realized I wanted to do more skiing. I don't want to be in a Mogul course all the time. I want to do something more. So then I traveled to Canada with a friend and stayed there for 3 months and started competing in Big Mountain.
Like that, out of nowhere.
I had actually ended up my season, not the year I was injured, but before that I had ended up my Mogul season with a competition up in Riksgränsen, the Scandinavian Big Mountain Championships, like 2 years before. So I knew, like, oh, this is nice. This is a cool, like, thing to go freeride skiing, and it's even more relaxed.
Because you hadn't really done freeride skiing up until then, or you did?
The second and the third year of my ski academy, I ended the season going up to Riksgränsen and I competed, and it went quite good. I was not on the podium, but I felt like, okay, this is a thing I can get better in. So I ended the Mogul career. It was not long. It was just 4 years, but it went like from nothing to World Cup and then injured. So then I started like just freeride skiing, and I competed a little bit in Canada.
And was it you just entered competitions, or you needed to qualify?
No, before this was like many years ago. This was like 2009, I think. And then they didn't have qualifiers event. Then they had the freeride world tour, and they had a couple of freeride events. So I think when I were in Canada, they had some Canadian freeride.
Where was that exactly?
In Red Mountain.
Okay.
I don't remember how it went. Quite good, I think. And then. And
were you as confident then with yourself, like you said you were with Moguls in the freeride competition, or were you already stressed at that point?
No, I think it went good. So I was not stressed, and it went. I had the confidence. And then end of that season, I think it was that season, I won the Scandinavian Big Mountain Championships in Riksgränsen. So that was 2009. So
are we talking about female male still divisions and stuff, or was it one?
No, it was different.
Yeah.
It was females and males. Yeah. So then I got good sponsors after that. Quite good sponsor, but I got clothes and skis and all that, and I think I got some money to travel, and like a pot. If I won a competition, I got a little bit extra. So they paid quite good at that time. I don't know how it is right now, but I could not live but almost. So then I were in the free world.
And you were around 20 years old at the time?
Yeah, so I was around 20, exactly 20. So
you got to travel a lot then with the whole freeride world.
Yeah, then you travel like by yourself. You're like, oh, I want to meet up with them, and you go there, and yeah. So so that was a nice time. And the year after that, I won the Norwegian. They had a tour. Norwegian freeride tour or something, and then I got a qualifier to the I got a wild card to Sochi the year after.
The Olympics?
No, Sochi,
like, of course,
like the freeride world tour. Yeah,
I didn't know it was in Sochi. I only know it from the Olympics.
They had for a couple of years. They had one stop in Sochi, so that was like my goal to go there and compete in the freeride world tour.
And how was your knee doing?
My knee was doing good, but the competition were in January or something. But the preseason at this time of the year, in November, December, I tore my other ACL.
No.
Yeah. So, and then there was like 3 or 2.5 years between these injuries, 3 maybe. So that was really tough. That was like the first one. It was so much harder with the other knee, because then, it was just super hard. I knew like how to work it back, but it was like hard to know how much work it is. I mean, ACL, it's around a year, like to come back. So that was tough, and mentally really tough year.
Where were you then? Around here?
I were here, and I remember me and my husband, we had planned to go to Japan and go skiing there, and we had like to cancel everything, or I canceled everything, and he went to Engelberg. He didn't went to Japan, but he went there, and I was working out at STC at the gym. So that was, and I worked a little bit extra at the school at the Freerides.
Oh, yeah.
So it was fine, but it was not what I wanted to do.
So it took another year of your life.
Yeah, it
recovery.
took another year, like recovery, and when you're going home, you think a lot, like what do I want to do with my life? I mean, now I have 2 bad knees. Is it worth it?
When was it that the second knee happened?
The second time must be like, was it 2007, 2010 maybe? This is a long time ago. It's like 14 years.
But it was while you were doing those freeride competitions.
Yeah, exactly. So so then I struggle a lot. Like, what do I want to do? So then I didn't know that at that time, but that was like when I ended up my competing like career a little bit. So I struggled a lot, like, what do I want to do? So I had a break, and I was studying a year, product
development.
Exactly. Like a quite easy and fun university year. Just as like, what do I want to do? Like, what do I want to do with my life right now? So
this was in Östersund or in Stockholm?
In Åre, actually.
In Åre?
Yeah, it was in Åre. It was actually at House B. Before House B, they had a university, like it was through Mittuniversitetet in Östersund, but we were in the House B house. So that was a year with like figuring out, what do I want to do? Do I want to come back to freeride skiing, or do I want to like do something else. And then I felt like, okay, I have to give this one more chance with freeride skiing. So then I went to Canada for 3 months. Maybe it was 2012. And I skied a lot. And I wanted to just have fun. So I just skied and had fun. And I think I did one competition, but then I was like, something had happened. I didn't have that, like the self-confidence that I had before. I got more nervous. I got like more like illness when I was like, it was not that fun anymore. So I felt like, no, I can't competing. I'm done with that. And I think that was, now when I think about this, was more hard for me than I thought this was. And I came into that again, like, so, okay, what am I going to do with my life? Philip, he bought Åre at that time. So he was so focused on that, wanted to build up this company and do something. And I was like my brain was like, do I want to compete? Should I grow up and do something? I was quite stressed at that time.
Because when did you meet Philip?
We met when I was 20 or 19. So we've been, when I started to like compete in freeride. So in Canada, actually. When
you met in Canada?
Yeah, so 2008. Yeah, so a long time ago.
And he was also competing? Or?
He was competing, yeah. But not that. Also, for men is quite hard, or it went good for him, but not as it did for me. I could almost live with freeride. Like I got paid quite good, but for him, he had to work like for it more.
And where was he from originally?
He's from Stockholm.
From Stockholm, okay.
But the family moved up here when he started at the ski academy. So I think they moved up year 2000 or something.
So it was quite logically that you guys would make this a base camp for the two of you. After.
Yeah. So we knew each other before we met. But the town is small, and we were friends like before. But I think, and he went to Canada. When I went to Canada with 3 friends, he also went to Canada with 3 friends, and then we met up in Red Mountain and Revelstoke and Whitewater. So I think we needed that to like find each other. Because here is so much like, okay, are you meeting that one? Are you meeting that one? And it was nice to like be at another spot or something. Yeah. So, so he's been with me all the time. But that was hard when a little bit hard when he found his thing, like Åre. And I have had the free skiing world, but then the free skiing world like a little bit disappeared. So that was kind of...
And you weren't interested in becoming a part with him of Åre?
No, I was quite like, no, this is his thing. Yeah. I think we work a little bit different. So I can do a little bit of that, but I don't want to be... We're a little bit different. I don't think we should work together. Just a little bit. He's, we can talk about that later, but we should not work together like that. But then I felt like, okay, now I have to be something. Like, yeah. And then I just like, okay, physiotherapist. I blew my 2 knees and I have good physiotherapist. And I've been having a great... The physiotherapist was like my time of the week when I was injured. To meet my physiotherapist was like release. Like I come to like a yoga studio or something, but it was so nice to have someone that like understood my injury and could help me like go further with it. So then I decided to become a physiotherapist. So then I moved up to Umeå.
And was that a decision that you could easily stand behind, or did you have doubts sometimes?
I think I had doubts sometimes, but I had to do like my thing. Because to be in Åre, ski a little bit, work at Freeriders, like it was a fun work, but I wanted to do my thing again. Yeah. So I had 3 years up there, and I lived up there, but I came to Åre quite often, and and Philip, he focused on Åre Guidena. So I think that was good for both of us to do like our thing.
Was Åre Guidena a challenge, or did it go quite smooth from the start?
It was challenging. It was super challenging. And it was challenging, I think it was challenging for us too, because he put so much focus on Åre Guidena. And not me.
Yeah, that's hard.
was my feeling. So it was a lot of focus on Åre Guidena, of course.
Was he started together with a friend, or did he start by himself?
He started with a friend, but after 1 year, the friend, it was not his thing. So then he was by himself, and then a couple of years later, he found another person that is in the company now and is still. So yeah.
Has the balance returned a little bit now in terms of more you time, I guess?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
But you're different. Like, yeah, it's when you meet when you're 20, it's so much that happens between 20 and 30. It's like, yeah, you don't even know who you are when you're 20, but you think you know who you are. But yeah, it takes
you
some
kind of
time.
have to grow up together, and sometimes that's scary. Yeah. I met him when I was 20.
Yeah, so it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah,
and I know it's still a roller coaster, but I think it was more a roller coaster when you're between 20 and 30, because you're still like a kid. You don't know.
You grow up together, and if you find out that you grow up in a separate direction, and then what is that thing that keeps you together, and where do you meet in the middle? It's not an easy journey.
We've been definitely like, okay, are we gonna go like one direction, or like we've been thinking a little bit, but we always been finding like, so okay, we want to be here in Åre, we want to be together. So yeah.
You remember like one specific moment maybe, or anything that you said, okay, now we feel this is a path that we're going on forward together?
But for me, it was good to be in Umeå, to just like, because I grew up in Åre, and it's a super nice spot, but Åre is a little village, and sometimes you need to like get out of the little bubble to realize that I love Åre. So it was it was so good for me to come up to Umeå and see like what I missed. So after my studies, I felt like, I want to be here. Like, and so that maybe.
What did you
was
miss
like,
the most?
As the ease and the nature, like it's so easy to get out to the nature, but I think most the whole community thing, like, and for me that grew up here, I know a lot of people here, and you go to ICA and you say hi to the women that sit in the shop, and I think that and you don't have to plan so much. You can just decide in the morning what you want to do, and you can always find someone to do it with. So I think the community.
Often it's the people that make a place.
And everyone is so like, or for me, I want to like invite people and meet new people, and everyone is really friendly, I would say. Not everyone, but most of the people here are friendly. And I think you need to be friendly and welcoming new people, because people are like coming and going here. So,
Nice. We feel that too, I would say. You always talk about the fact that everybody's quite nice.
I was just thinking, have I met a not friendly person yet? But I don't think so.
But then I think the struggle now is that there's so much nice people, but you don't have time to meet everyone. There's so many people. I would have time. I would love to have new friends, but right now I'm here like I have to focus on the friends I have, because it's I don't have time to like because you have work. I don't have super free work, so it's.
Are you working as a physio now?
Yeah, right now I'm a physiotherapist, and I'm working at Åre Hälsocentral, so at the hospital in Åre. Yeah, so I work Monday to Thursday.
And is it mostly knees that are the problem here in Åre?
During the season, it's a lot of knees, but it's so different. Yeah, I think I have almost everything: shoulders, knees, commotios, like neck, back pain, everything. It's a little bit of everything. Yeah.
And do you bring that yoga vibe to your practice now? Yeah, I mean, the one you were explaining, that people feel nice. And
I think so. I think, and it's really good because I can really relate to like a knee, like, and a lot of pain. Like I've been working through this by my own, so that's it's so much easier to understand when you've been having an injury.
And has it changed a lot, the therapies or the treatments since you had yours?
No, the knees I would say is kind of the same treatment. It's a little bit different. Like, okay, you should work more with maybe this muscle or exercise, but it's quite the same. It's still takes like a year to recover, and the ACL have to like adapt to the new. Yeah,
but you are skiing still?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so, and actually in 2014 or 16, I don't even remember, I did like a comeback when I was studying up in Umeå. I did a comeback at the Scandinavian Big Mountain Championships, and I think I did my best run ever in life up there. And I did a crash on the 1:3, like the best of 3 competitions, a little bit like that, but I came on 4th place. So and then I had 2 like knee surgeries just a couple of years ago. So I would say I'm back.
Yeah.
And are you in pain when you're skiing? Does it ever hurt still?
No.
Okay, so that's fully fixed. And
I would say it fully, but I will get troubles when I get older. Probably I will have arthrosis, or what are you saying? Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, but in both my knees. But I mean, like 99% of the.
And is there a way that people can prevent ACL tears to happen, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Like to do a lot of knee strength training and specific knee training, and to be strong in your body, and to be, I would say, to be. Like have the same strength in both your knees, so you are not having one
stronger leg.
I mean, to have the similar,
symmetry.
So it's, you can definitely prevent it to have a stronger body and good physique, of course.
And you never thought about becoming a snowboarder?
I would like to snowboard more. I like to do it. I'm not very good. I can go up and down, like in the slope and the lift, but not more than that. But right now it's the time. But I love it. I think it's fun, and I like to go surfing. My sister lives in Costa Rica, so it's a long way to go. Yeah. But I wish I was there much more often, and I love surfing. So, and I like to snowboard, but right now it's like, if it's a nice day on the mountain and I have time to go skiing by myself or do something by myself, I go skiing because I can get more out of it. Yeah. If I go snowboarding, it's like I have to like struggle in I can't go off fist. So,
but it's better like, for the knees though.
With skiing.
No, with snowboarding.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I've told myself I want to go a little bit more snowboarding this year. Yeah.
Good plan.
Yeah.
We'll join you if you want.
So,
have you thought about connecting the physio part with training you did before and become like part of the trainer/physiotherapist that maybe in Järpen or help
I was
people?
Actually a physiotherapist at the Ski Academy for 2 years ago. And it's super fun. I love being with athletes, but it was just 2 days a week, and I was so alone there. I think I want to have people around me more, like that I can ask, and I want to have doctors and other like physios around me.
So there was nobody else in the medical staff?
No, I was just alone, but I could give I have like physios and doctors I could call, but I think I wanted to like, right now with the kids and everything, I need to like, it's not go to Järpen, and so we'll see what's happening. Right now I kind of like working Monday, Thursday. It sounds quite boring, but it's still, you know, what you have. But later, like when the kids are older, it would be fun to maybe work with the physiotherapy, like more in the slopes and maybe guiding. And yeah, it's so much you can do. So yeah.
But at the moment, you're happy with
I think this is going. Like, it's, I know what I have, and I think that's good for me right now. Have like a plan. But sometimes I want to have my more free work. But so it's a little bit, it's both up. Yeah.
What do you like to do on your days off besides skiing?
What do I like to do? I like to just be by myself, just like, I love being with friends, but I also like to just go and have a cold bath or do some meditation and be at the mountains on cross-country skis or ski touring or just go for a run or bike ride or something. So I often try to do some sort of activity, like a physical activity. If it's in the summer, running or biking, or if it's in the winter, like ski touring is one of my best things to do because I feel so free when I do that, and I go outside the piste and like go up on a mountain. So,
what is your favorite place for ski touring?
I don't know really, but I like to just go up like on the mountain and maybe take the gondola up and then go up on the backside to like Blåstensvalvet or somewhere there. Whereas I like steep skiing. I think that's fun.
There's not too much of that here, right?
No, but on the backside, if you go up in Blåstensvalvet, you get steep skiing. And it's like so nice view there, and I just get really calm when I'm there. So I think that's one of my favorite spots to be in if I should choose one spot to go ski touring. And you can also get there. You can get there with the lifts as well, and you can like just go back and without those skins. But it's nice to be there and just hike up and down.
Do you and Philip still go touring together also a lot?
Yeah, we try to. Not a lot. But we try to do it and as often as we can, but it's hard to find the time. We also want to ski with the kids during the weekends, and yeah.
And what about the world? What's your favorite place? All the competitions you've done and the places you've seen?
Canada is really nice. I still haven't been in Japan, but I heard a lot about Japan. But I haven't been to that many places, but I would say like Revelstoke is a really nice spot, or Whitewater. I have been having very good skiing there.
Yeah.
So
you never thought about, because it's different quality and types of snow here and weather, ever thought about literally moving there and living there to be closer to, let's say, better snow in a way?
I've been thinking about it for sure, and Philip too, but I think we have it's so good here right now. So yeah, maybe in the future, but I think it's hard for me, like maybe I can do something else, but as a physiotherapist, I can't work in Canada. It's like you need another license or something like that. So of course I've been thinking about it, but I think I'm so, I'm not the type that moving that much, I would say. I like the same. In some way.
We thought about moving there at some point because I lived in Fernie for a year and I really liked it. But in the end, we went on a road trip with our daughter, who was 3 at the time. And I found out I was pregnant of our youngest one during that trip.
Yeah.
In the toilet of a public library somewhere. Yeah, that was pretty funny. And our conclusion in the end of why we did not move there is that the ski resorts are really far apart.
Yeah.
It's often like 5 hours in between.
Yeah.
And we have such a luxury here in Europe that we have so many ski resorts and options. Yeah. And the difference with time zoning, what do you call it, time change. gets really rough when you want to fly from Sweden to Canada and back. Definitely on kids, it's not an easy one. So that was, I think, two of the main reasons.
And it's definitely not Europe as well. It has a different vibe.
And I think with kids, Sweden we have so much. It's so good with kids. You have this. When you have a baby, you can be free from work for a year, and it's a lot of things that is very good here. And I think Canada is super nice too. But
so the only pro there would be the snow, but many things here in Sweden win for us, I think.
And it's still surprising that this exists and that not that many people know about Åre in a way. Because before I did many seasons in the Alps in France and Switzerland and Austria, but I never heard of this place.
No.
Maybe for Scandinavians it's more natural to know about Åre, but in the rest of Europe I feel it's like a hidden gem.
And there's a lot of place to explore here. You have, if you like ski touring, there's like a lot of spots you can explore around just in Jämtland.
It's so fast. It's so big here. There's so much space.
It's big. So that's the last couple of years we've been like going around a lot we have been exploring a lot of things just in Jämtland, small spots. And I think that's fun to have, like, you don't have to go down to Europe. You can be around here or go to Norway. I mean,
also really good for
of
ski touring, especially.
So
Is there anything close by in Norway? Because we're still looking. We never went there so far to go touring.
The first thing, the first place I would say is Romsdalen. And it's like 4 or 5 hours. And there you can find a lot of nice places there. So
we need to get the kids old enough to join us ski touring first. That would be like the next level in life.
But what I missed telling you, I've been also I started up this community. So much that's been happening. But when I was in Canada the second time, when I was a little bit in between, do I want to still be competing or what do I want to do? And I was there with 2 friends, and we realized this was like before Instagram, or I think Instagram was there, but it was not. You didn't use it as you use it today. People were using blogs, and we thought a lot about that there's nothing really for women. When you read in a ski magazine and a snowboard magazine, everything is about men. Not everything, but 99% of everything is about men. So me and Caroline Strömberg and another girl, Anna Karlström, we started up a women's community called Inspire Us. I don't know if you heard about it. We're not that active right now, but it was one of the first, I would say, lifestyle community in Sweden for women. So it started up like as a blog that we asked our friends if they could like send us stuff to just a blog where you can meet other women and see what are you doing during the winter. So it started up for like ski and snowboarding, but then it ended up that we had women's camp. We call it Girls Day Out. So we had camps every year with like 100 girls. So
I've seen something of it passing by. It looks super cool.
That was quite big. And with that, we made a new ski for Åre Skidfabrik.
So there's a ski factory here.
So they asked us if we could do a community ski, because it's also a lot of men that works with skis, and they build the skis and they are designing the skis, and then the girls are skiing on them. But we wanted to have a ski that actually the ones who are going to ski on them should test them as well. So that was a fun thing, and we're still working with some like new skis there. So we have a ski that's called Mother 3. So we have 3 different models, and a new.
It's quite a famous model by now.
Yeah, it is. And the thing with the ski is that it's this both the design and the structure and everything from the ground is like women and community made. So we actually got the prize. We were in the ISPO award one year and got the prize for that. So that's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. And right now we have a new ski coming up next winter. So that's fun. But the community Inspire Us is not that active that it was before. Now we have so much more communities on edge, and there's many communities, and it's hard to... It's a good thing, but it's hard to make money on it.
Yeah.
We did a lot of so much work on that for free, but then we realized, or I had a kid and I was studying, and Anna moved to another place, and so it lives, but not that big at this.
I was wondering though about the ski itself. Is there a big difference in a women's ski and a men's ski? Because I often think it's just marketing, but is there really a difference in?
It is. Maybe not all of the skis, but I would say this ski is more for women. Like it's more light and it's not that stiff. We have a more stiff ski that would work, or it depends on what ski you want to have. Like women and men, it depends on how you ski, I would say. So it's also hard to call it a men or women's ski, but this is more, it's not that heavy because women is often not as heavy as men. And so it's more easy to, often the men are stronger than women. So it's a little bit easy to turn on, and it's more like, so we have designed it so it's a more simple ski to ski on. But if you're a girl that comes from the Alpine world, that's been going hard and been charging or been skiing for her whole life. If you talk to Jackie Peso, a really good skier here, she would not like that ski. So it's like it depends on what person you are. But in the whole Sweden or Europe, and I would say it works good for 75% of all the women.
Yeah.
So.
And have other brands copied this, or are they involved in the same ideas?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't actually know.
What is your favorite ski at the moment?
My favorite ski, I think it's a Mother Tree 95. I think 95 is a perfect wide, and especially here for Åre. We have the first ski was the Mother Tree 105, but that's quite wide, so it's more. It works better in a lot of snow, and the Mother Tree 95 is
a bit more all mountain.
It's more and especially for the climate here. But next year we have, I think it's 102 coming up.
Oh, that's a nice size.
So that's
in between.
Yeah. So that's going to be or if it's 98, but I think it's 102. So that's going to be.
And this is a limited, I guess, always a limited edition.
Yeah, it's a quite limited editions. Yeah. I don't actually know how many skis will sell, but I think I see quite many when I
see them a lot,
on the ski test.
Yeah.
When you're in the line, like lift line, you see a lot.
But it's not a company that you own then, or you're a part of? It's something you just contribute to?
We are not a part of it. We just, I think we get a little % of how much we sell. So it's not much. We are mostly doing it for
fun.
Yeah, for fun and yeah.
Do you guys have any dreams still with that project?
Not right now. I think we are all very busy with our own life. But if I had more time, there's so much you can do and a lot we've been dreaming of. But right now, I think we are actually Anna. She'd moved from here and she said, "I'm out of this." Right? Yeah. So so now it's me and Caroline, and Caroline is the one that's been more active in it. So we'll see. right now it's like we have it, but we're not working that much.
Is there going to be any event this year?
Not planned.
Okay.
If Caroline maybe had planned something, but I've been so you do what you want. I've told her you can do what you want, and if you want me to join you, I can do it. But you do what you want to do. So she have like free hands, and she can do what she feels to do, and that feels good. Then I can just like relax. I don't have to think about it. But if she wants me in some of events, she can just ask me. So I think right now it's good. Yeah.
Earlier you said that you at the moment like to do things by yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the same for you, but I feel a bit that since having kids, I need that more than I used to. Or when you're 16, for example, you always want to put headphones on and have music, and you always need things and input. And now I just need silence sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Yeah,
I can just like go out and breathe, and or just be home. Like, I'd like to be like just in our house and just
be.
Just be. We have our houses. We have a nice view, so I can just be inside and feel like, oh, it's so good to just be here.
It's like the simplicity of things, and I wonder that. I think the older we get, the more it becomes like that. Like if I see older people gardening, I know a lot of people are into gardening these days too, but I think of my grandma when I say this. Walking with her little basket and her scissors through the garden and just being so at ease with what is.
I think so. Yeah, I think so too.
Or is this a women thing? Where are you at this stage?
And everything is...
Good question.
But the world right now, everything is like, we get so much input all the time from our phones and from everything. So I think it's important to just be more maybe by yourself and relax a little bit.
How is your relationship with your phone?
I try to not have it that much. I mean, at work, I have patients all the time. But before bedtime, I was always like scrolling, and I was using Instagram and Facebook much more. But now I had like try to read more. So before I go to bed, I instead of scrolling for 1 hour, I try to like read 1 hour, because I feel so much better when I do that. But I don't want to be without it. I think it's fun to watch Instagram and put up some picture by myself, and so I don't want to like take it away all the time, but more like, okay, now it's a phone time, now it's more reading time. And I try to not have the phone with the kids, but sometimes you need to, like, okay, I got a message, I want to answer. So it's hard.
It
is a very hard one.
It's really hard. But I try to have less focus on the phone. But it's going up and down, because you do everything, you shop everything. Here you don't have the stores, and I think secondhand is really nice, like Vinted and all that. So I try to, if I want to like Christmas presents right now, like, oh, I found Paw Patrol things to my son. Perfect. That, I would say, it's both good and bad with the phone.
It opens up a whole world that before was not.
Exactly.
You also don't really see anymore what somebody is doing. So back in the days, it was like, oh, he's reading a newspaper, or he's booking a ticket, or, like you see what somebody's doing. Now it's just a phone. So it's you don't really get invited into their world that much. You know what I mean? Like also when you're sitting at the train station, everybody's waiting. Okay, but what is everybody doing on their phone? Are people on social media? Are they reading the news? And it's less personal in that way too.
But I try to like be more aware about using it, because I don't want the kids to use, like, I mean, they see what we are doing. I don't want them to use it all the time. I want them to do different
When do you
things.
think you're going to give them a phone? At what age?
I think I got my first phone when I went to Åre skola in grade, when I was 9 or something. 9 or 10, but then you got this simple phone. You could like
Snake.
Yeah, I didn't have a Nokia. I had the Ericsson, so I could never have Snake. So I was so jealous about my friends that have Nokia. I never had that. So we played on my friend's phone. I remember that. But you could just call, and you had this card, so you could not call for a long time because then you had to buy new. But I think, I don't know, but maybe around that age, maybe I know a lot of friends give them a watch.
Yeah.
I'm not that technical, but this, what do you call it? iWatch.
iWatch, yeah.
Smartwatch.
Smartwatch, yeah. So you can track them, maybe I
think that works both ways. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing, but it used to be also nice to have as a kid that you would have the feeling of freedom. And now you would be tracked by your parents the whole time.
And when we were kids, it went good. Yeah. It's your kids having phones.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
How old are they?
9 and 5, almost 10 and 6.
But in Fenna's class, there are a lot of them.
I had a phone when I was 10, I think, around Fenna's age. But I got it from my older sister. I'd never asked my parents. It's just my older sister would always get newer phones or something. So she gave me one.
Oh, okay.
And I remember it was quite addictive, though. Even though there was not much on there, Snake was so much fun to play.
Yeah.
But also, you could SMS with boyfriends, especially, was the most exciting part. You send an SMS, and then I'm just constantly looking, like you're doing your homework and you're looking at your phone, like, when is he going to reply? When is he going to reply? That part about it was already at the time, and now it's distracting in a new way. Don't know if it got any worse or better. It's still the same.
Just more options.
More,
So it's never ending if you want it to be.
It's never ending.
And they say it's not the best thing you can do for your kids. So it's the longer you... But it's hard because so many other people have it. So you also don't want to leave them out of the society.
No, because you don't... Yeah, you want them to be in the group, and if they don't have a phone, they get outside the group. That's like... But it's a hard thing.
So far, she's not really asking us yet. No. So I think as long as she's not asking for it, we're not gonna push it. She just got her earrings a few days ago. Tim did it himself with a gun that he bought online. And the same...
you did it by yourself?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, it went really well. And she wanted earrings already 2 years ago. And then we said, do you really want it? Do you want it because your girlfriends at school have it? Or do you want it? And she's like... No, not really yet. And now she came to us and she's like, yeah, I'm ready. Okay, cool. It's because you want it internally. I think that's important as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just to look at the kid and see how they are and evolving.
Exactly. But so your youngest one, he's
5. Almost
so
6,
he's born 2019. Yeah, that's like Nora. Is he going to Åre school or Duved school?
Duved school.
Duved school. Yeah. I think she will be in Åre school. Yeah,
I think both are really nice.
Yeah,
especially for the little ones.
I want him to go in Åre school, but that's because I have so much. I've been going there by myself, and it's a small little school. So and Philip is working close there. So
it's perfect for you guys location-wise.
And I'm working in Åre, so
Did you have many parties in that? What's it called again?
Lokalen?
Lokalen.
I were at Lokalen all the time. I was skating and jumping trampoline, and it was a nice place to be when you were. I think you can be there when you're 13 or something. So every Friday or almost every day, but Fridays and Saturdays we were there and just hanging out. But we were active there. We were skating, we did trampoline, and yes, of course we were watching movies, and you had a boyfriend and all that. But we was not not parties with no alcohol. I think you can't have it in there. It's it's not allowed. So
But are you always following the rules when you're 16?
But I think we were. I did. I was quite. I was not interested in that. I think I was a bit scared. Okay, what's gonna happen? So I never had that, and I was not drinking at that time at all. I think I was drinking at the ski academy the first week there or something, the first party. But when we were at Lokalen, we were not there.
But this Lokalen thing is a Swedish thing? Is it everywhere, or is that only?
No, it's here. It's just
only
here
in Åre.
I think they call it like a fritidsgård. It's like something you could do after school, but you're not 18, so you can't go out on a party on a club. But there's something you can go to, like in between. You don't want to be at home, and you don't want to be at a coffee shop, but the place you can come and hang out with your friends and do activities. And I think Lokalen is quite famous because we have skateboard, and it was a trampoline there before. I don't know how it is right now, but we played ping pong and indoor boards, and
still happening at this point.
Yeah. So
I think back home it was a bit more like scouts and stuff that did that.
Yeah, so I think this is a little bit more cool place or something. I don't know. I don't know how it is right now, but we were hanging out there a lot.
Would you see any improvements for your kids that you would like to see happen here, or is it good the way everything is?
I mean, for sports, everything is good here in Åre. We have a lot of sports, but maybe more of the culture thing. There's not that much culture. Not all the kids want to be improve something in sport. Maybe you want to write, or you want to play more instruments, and maybe more culture, I would say. Because I think I have two kids. I have one more sporty one and one more more the one. Okay, Nora likes to go skiing and all that, but I think she's more the one that likes to paint and sing maybe, and do more relaxed things.
Because I think you have culture school then. Our daughter just started doing dance with them.
They have that, but I think it's not that. It's more in Järpen. It's not so much here in Åre.
Yeah, dance now is here.
Oh, it is.
And there's some guitar lessons and things, but it's not a lot. The places are quite limited.
I think it can be more ceramics, things like that. I heard a friend now, she lives in Örnsköldsvik, and after school they have a place that you could you can do come and do ceramics. You can do more
crafts.
More things with your hands, and more
I think I saw on Instagram that you've been doing pottery lately.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
How did you get into that?
I went to a course this spring. I think it's really trendy right now, so it's popping up a lot. Yeah. But I did a course this spring, and then I have I knew a woman that I worked with on the Fritids, Åre Fritids, that started up Åre Ceramics. And then I actually got a birthday present from my mom just a month ago. Now when Philip's going to be away, you need a little bit of space by yourself. So I'm taking a course once a week for 5 times right now. And it's so nice to do things with your hands and just be in the moment. Because when you're doing that, you have to be in the moment, otherwise you fuck it up. So
the location looks really idyllic as well.
It's super cozy. It's a little hut, like a timber hut, and it's really cozy. And I love doing things. I love sports, but I also love doing things with my hands. I do a lot. I did before bracelets like this, 10 threads. So this is an old one I made a couple of years ago. I still do, but it's the time. So I've been selling a little bit.
Nice. Online or?
Just Instagram and people that ask. And I had a little bit at Åre Hemslöjd. And I also I've been making many things. I made to the World Championships in Alpine 2019. I made 90 pieces for all the medalists that came on the podium. So I did 90 pieces of this, but this is quite thick, but I did the thinner ones.
And how do you make that?
You make it with 10 thread. It's like a sort of metallic thread with a little bit of silver in. So you make like braid, different braids. First, you make like the braid. How do you want it? And then you have this is Ranger leather, and then you like cut it, and you sew it like up and down with like a fishing line, so you don't see the line, and you have a special what do you call them?
Needle.
Needle, exactly. A special needle, so you can get through the leather.
Yeah.
So you have a special needle that you go up and down, so it's stick to
very creative. And was it your own design idea? Or?
I've been seeing it before, but I just like, okay, I want to learn how to do this. So it's many people that is doing this, but I love being like creative with my hands. So that's why also I started this ceramic course. I like to like
make
focus on and focus on something else. Everything is a lot about sports here, but it's nice to just do like calm things too. That's more for your brain. And more relaxed things. You need the boats. Like I think I've realized that as old as I get, I need more like calm things for my mind.
And I think for a mountain town, it is already the offer is quite big here. There are other options.
So much you want to do. Like, okay, do I want to go skiing, like biking, climbing? Like, there's so many options.
So culture center needs to be created.
It needs to happen. Yeah, more people have been talking about this.
I think so.
It could be a nice thing.
We've been talking with Victor. To make one
and like
own.
this, like just maybe like I remember that when I were at Lokalen when I was 13 or 14, we collected that was a culture thing. We got this video camera, those old ones you had, and we collected we were filming, and then we learned how to make a movie. So there's in the archive, or what do you say?
Archives.
There are some old video I've been made.
Yeah.
I have an old ski movie too, somewhere at the TV Åre.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. We should do a showing of that.
Yeah, so that's also a culture thing. This doesn't have to be painting, but it can be like collecting a movie or collecting like music or something like that. So at that time, they have a little bit of that at Lokalen. So I mean, not everyone is sporty here. Someone maybe have to be the one that are behind the cameras.
Have you ever been in any video parts or ideas or films that you've done?
No movies. Been on like photos on like åka skidor and.
Never had the urge to create a film or to make something.
No, I did like for fun for åka skidor. They had a competition called Guldpjäxan. Every year you could send in your own material, and you made your own movie, and then there was you could win like the gold boot. So, but I never been in a movie.
I know.
No, not.
But it's nice to create.
But
like
being creating before I was creating a little bit.
Besides Japan, do you have any other big dreams or bucket list trips that you still want to do?
I really want to go to Japan and go skiing there. That's like a bucket list thing. I heard a lot about it, and my husband's been there many times. And he's really like, okay, I want to move here. And if he says that, it must be really nice, but he's not saying that quite often.
What does he like most about it?
I think the culture and the nice people, and of course the snow, but like the food and the culture, and when the snow is good, it's been like magic. And I think he's been in a place called Nosava Onsen. I don't know which island it is, but yeah. So that's the place where I want to go. I also heard about the like the Japanese Hawaii Islands, which looks really nice. So Japan has islands outside that is a little bit like Hawaii. Like they compare it like to the Hawaii. Like Hawaii.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit like, okay, it would be cool to go there. So yeah.
Have you ever thought about just going for a year or something? Just go like on a big trip with the kids?
Yeah, we've been talking about it. Actually, we spoke about this winter because this is like the last year we can do something before Nora starts school. But then, I mean, the time is just running away. And actually, my husband is out sailing for a month now. He's sailing across the Atlantic.
Really?
So,
with Renee,
yeah,
together.
with 2 friends of us. So, yeah. So you can follow them. Sailing Greta is outside on the Atlantic.
And Johan's wife is also on this trip.
Yeah, Renea is there too. So there are 4 Swedish people there. Yeah, and Philip is one of them. So right now he is away for a month. And actually I just booked a ticket 2 days ago, and I'm going to go visit them in Caribbean 2 weeks in the end of January.
Yeah, nice.
I need to like compare, like now it's been away. So that's why we can't really afford a season in Japan. So, and I think the kids is not, I mean, Axel is not skiing yet, or is skiing but not by himself. And I think the kids, I will wait till they are older, I think, with ski trips. That's my opinion. Philip is like, no, he wants to go now, but then I want to do it with another family so you can ski together. I don't want to go to Japan by yourself. Then
and there's probably always a solution in some way.
Yeah.
Like when we were in Austria with our big yellow bus back in the days, and we had to guide people. Yeah. There would be a daycare on the mountain, like at the top of the lift, where you could drop them off. Like, very cheap as well, like 300 kroners for a day, sometimes even 140 kroners for a day, including lunch and everything.
Wow.
And our daughter absolutely loved it because she was always with us. And she's like, yay, toys,
but that can be the opposite too. It
can be the opposite, but they were lovely and really kind. And they had an amazing experience. So there are often solutions somewhere out there.
Yeah, maybe it's harder in Japan. But
you never know, but there could be...
I think they have good daycare.
Probably nannies as well.
Yeah, I think they have. So I've heard a lot about it, but I don't know. The time is running away, and now he's on Atlantic Ocean, and I'm going to Caribbean.
What is the story behind the Atlantic crossing?
So Johanna and Daniel, they have no kids, not like, but they decided we want to do something. We don't want to work all the time. We want to do like an adventure. So they decided to take a year off their work. They love being here in Åre, but they also love sailing. So they just decided to save money and take a year off from work and just go sailing. So at first they was supposed to just sail in Europe, but then they realized Europe is going to be cold during the wintertime. Yep. Like the Mediterranean Sea will be like cold. So after like thinking about it, they decided to cross the Atlantic. So they've been sailing. They started in Gothenburg, and then they was sailing over to England, and then some channel up there, and then down to Spain and Portugal, and then over to the Canarian Islands. And now they crossing the Atlantic, and then didn't want to be alone, so they asked. Philip been sailing when he was a kid a lot. And Renee has been sailing a lot too. And they wanted to have like good friends. They didn't want to have ask people they don't know. Yeah. As Philip has been dreaming about it, I said, of course, you should do this. I mean, this is a super good opportunity. Leave me with 2 kids for months now. But, yeah, so they have been planning it for 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Does it scare you in any way? Or do you feel confident about the trip?
I feel quite confident, I think. They are like there's like a challenge, or they are like a big group that are sailing together. They might not see each other, but they are like, I have an app, I can see them, I can see where they are. They have, so they can go online. I haven't been speaking to Philip, but I've seen they put up like movies on Instagram and stuff, so I know where they are. So no, I try to not focus on. I think they have a great time.
I 100% think you should trust in it.
Right now, I'm a little bit nervous. It's going too slow for them. They have no wind, so they have to go on the motor. And then he might miss his ticket back home. So that's maybe that's one thing. So that scares me that he misses ticket. But
let's hope he has a lot of wind at some point.
Exactly, he can just book another ticket. So so it's a big thing, and they're gonna be in the Caribbean the whole winter. And when the winds are like right now, the winds are like go in the right direction to go to the Caribbean, but in May or March, or I don't know, somewhere in the spring, the winds are good to returning back. So
never thought of that, but that makes sense.
So it's like so right now they have wind, and the wind is good for them. So it's a cool thing. But I'm not a sailing person, so that's make it easier to like, okay, this is for you, Philip. I can come and visit. I can come and visit you, and
and I assume you have your parents and stuff nearby to help you with the kids as well.
So it's good. And Philip's parents arrived yesterday, so
nice.
No, perfect.
So it's good. But you still have you're still alone with the kids because you are the one that have the plan over everything. But my parents and Philip's parents, they are helping out, and friends as well. So I'm not alone.
Do you have any advice for people who are struggling with a sports injury that kind of shake their whole life upside down in some way?
Talk to someone else, like that have. There are so many that's been injured, and find someone that have been in the same situation or are in the same situation. I think that's a good thing. So you can share what's on your mind with another person. That's like a good thing, and talk about it, I would say also.
Don't just crop it up.
No, just like talk to people, and don't leave it here. Like let it go.
Yeah.
And if you do that with meditation or like breathing or and try to be positive, I think. But I think to share it's good. That's important.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious, but maybe this is personal, but you said we could maybe talk about it later. Is between you and Philip, like you said, it wouldn't work together to run Åre together.
Yeah, but I think we are so different. I'm more. You have that. He has so much more work in mind than I do. I love to work, but find me right. I also love to be not at work, like to relax and do what I want to do. But he's always loved to work, like 100%. And since I met him, he's always been going like 150% into work, and I do 100%, not more than I need to do, I would say. So I think that can be, I like when the time is 5 o'clock, I like, and when I end up my work, I want to go at 5. But maybe it's different because it's his own thing, like his own company.
Yeah, but then you still have different characters. Like you have go-getters who want to always keep pushing everything.
So I need more me time, I would say, than Philip need. I have more of that. I need more space. I need more like me time. I need to have like, I want to do like some outdoor like activity, not every day, but I think it's more that I need more space with myself or something. And he's more,
I think that resonates with a lot of couples. I think this
he
is
doesn't care really. Like, okay, he missed training this day or he missed being outside, but he doesn't really care. And I need more. And it's different. But that's, I think, why we should not work together, because we are so different. But it might work too. Like,
have you done anything together, like work-wise?
I've been helping out with guiding. Yeah. So I just do, and that's the plan a little bit for the winter. Maybe take some guidings like on Fridays. But then I still have my group and I do what I want to do. So, and we worked at Copperhill back in the days when they were building up Copperhill. We were cleaning.
Oh yeah.
And it was, I quit after 4 weeks because I was just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. And you know, when someone is it's building over your head, and I couldn't see this is going to be like, I felt that it was never finished. Like, so, and Phillips, and he stopped the work. He continued work, but I stopped work. So I don't know, we're different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's another like work mind than I do.
But in that sense, you found a balance at home that does work, because at home you also have those personality types that you need your freedom to do what you need to do.
I think I'm more focused, like he's more focused on the work and I'm more focused on the home, and maybe that's why I need more time there or something. So I think we work it out quite good.
Nice. That's cool. It's good to hear.
So a good balance.
Yeah. To wrap it up, do you have time? I was still thinking about that. Sorry. To wrap it up, are you ready for some rapid fire fun?
Yep.
Skiing or snowboarding?
Skiing.
Oh, we know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
Hiking or biking?
Biking.
Evening person or morning person?
Morning person.
Hot tub or sauna?
Hot tub or sauna? That was a hard one. Hot tub.
Yeah.
I think.
I have one more. What's your best knee right now? Left or right?
They are good, both of them, but I had a little bit of struggle last year with the right one. So, I say the left, but this is going to knock on wood.
Well, let's hope they stay good for this season.
Yeah.
And it was nice to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
Yeah.